Welcome to Pull the Pin Ready, a place where average veterans come to share their opinions about the world we live in. We can't guarantee you don't like our opinions. I'm just waiting for it, dude.
But we promise you we can give them to you anyway.
I'm Jim.
And I'm Nate, and let's pull the pin already.
I don't understand, dude. I just don't understand. Oh, of course, showtime. Look, Cat's trying to jump on my lap again because he knows it's showtime.
Yeah, he heard the music.
Exactly. No, he can't hear anything. It's in my ear. But I'm telling you, he's going to jump up here and press keys and pull stuff down, and that's why I can't stand it. And he doesn't give you any warning. So anyways, Nate, how's it going?
Good. How you been?
Good. There's, I think it's I don't want to say a slow news week, but it seems like people are slowing for the holidays. There he is. All right, there he is. Come on, say hi, buddy. Hi. Say hi. Hi.
All right, now
go
get
lay down. Go lay down.
Go outside the dog.
Yeah, right. Go out with the dog. So anyways, let's this is our War Room episode. And we are going to talk about some headlines from the mainstream media, and we're going to share our opinions as average veterans. And why is our opinion important?
Because we're just average veterans. We've been around the world and we know everything.
You see how one little cat can just disrupt the whole flow of the program here? So let's get into headlines so we can just get right into that because I'm sure we're going to have fun with that. All right, so the first one, freed Israeli hostages describe horrible treatment.
I've seen they've been getting released, but I haven't really been watching it. I haven't heard any of the stories yet, but I'm sure anytime you're a hostage, you probably don't have great treatment no matter where it is or what it is.
Well, being a hostage inherently, I think, means you're held against your will. There's nothing great about that, right?
Sure.
Take away my freedoms, and I'm going to tell you that's horrible treatment. But I want to look at the bigger picture of this. Because how many hostages were there? Do we know?
100 and some, I think, supposedly what we've been told.
I think it was
5,000s.
Yeah, I think I saw something in the 200 range or, whatever. But I also saw that they only released a handful. And I guess they're going to do that every day.
Why
do you think that is?
I don't know if you can handle all 200 hostages at one time, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right. Or
they don't want to fight anymore. Here's 5. Here's 5. Let's not keep fighting. Here's 5. Here's 5.
Or, right, they're using that as a ceasefire so they can resupply.
Ooh.
Like, why wouldn't you?
True.
Instead of one big ceasefire, here's all your hostages and then going back to fighting. Let's drag it out a couple days and give us more time to resupply our ammunition and continue fighting you. Which is what I think they're doing. Because, first of all, they're terrorists. And again, like I said, we've had this discussion, we beat it to death. And I don't understand why. And I still don't understand why this whole country, the world, is so divided on this. Like, I don't understand. It's like if you were to have a good versus evil choice. You know what I mean? Like, I can understand the division in the world. You know what I mean? Like, people want to be evil, they want to be good. You know what I mean? Like, that's a big. It's like choosing between, I don't know, green and red M&Ms. Like, who cares? You know what I mean?
People have different views.
I know, but for example,
some people were raised one way to think this group's bad. Other people were raised this way to think this group's bad.
Well, who? How were you raised to think who was good or bad? Do you even know who Hamas was until the media told you who they were?
Oh yeah, I know they existed. I know the media tells me they're a terrorist group, but some people don't believe they're a terrorist group. They think they're freedom fighters for whatever they're fighting for.
Well, yeah, any freedom fighters that commit acts of terror, I'm sorry, you kind of don't really fit freedom fighters.
Well, that's kind of like the Americans when they killed Iraqis and killed Afghanis. They were terrorists, right? In somebody's eyes. In somebody's eyes.
No. If you're talking about killing, combat, casualties of war or whatever, leave it. That's different than walking in and raping and torturing and murdering people right there on the street. That's different.
Yeah.
Like, we can go in and wipe out we can drop a bomb in Japan. And you can say that's inhumane. Yeah, sure, you can have that argument. But in the end, I think a death like that is fine. No, for war, not that I approve of any of it. I don't want anybody to die, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get that.
But to go in, if we were to go into Japan and just put needles in everybody and wait for them to die, that's inhumane. That's torture. That's not on the side of good and casualties of war.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So that's
yeah,
my point is when you look at the act, even the act itself, you can sit there. Well, look at just children. You know what I mean? You can argue just hurting a child who's defenseless, can't even defend themselves,
yeah.
it's not a humane thing. So in that argument, yeah, us dropping a bomb on children is bad. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't approve of it. I didn't like it. Their argument was it saved lives.
Now, do you think the prisoners we had in Afghanistan and Iraq are going to say they had horrible treatment too?
Of course, but I don't think they're going to say it to the extent. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like let's be real. Even you remember the stuff that came out in Abu Dhabi? What was it Abu? What was the?
Abu Ghraib.
Oh yeah, that one. So remember that stuff that came out. There's horrible people
Yeah,
everywhere,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but I don't think that was the U.S. Well, not in the let's say not in the unclassified section of the U.S. I don't think that's their practices. These people were just bad people doing bad things to people. And they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Now, if the U.S. were to condone that practice and say, "Oh, this is what we do to all our hostages," then you can say the U.S. Its government itself was bad,
Yeah.
and then we'd have the same argument again, like we talked about Hamas and the Palestinians about supporting that. So then I would be complicit because I'm allowing that. But I think most of the bad things the U.S. does, again, like I said before, is in secrecy. Most
Oh yeah.
people don't even know about it.
The
And
CIA camps.
right. And do you think that I believe that the US is just the moral standard of the world? No, I don't. I don't believe we are.
Who is?
I I think well, I don't know. I really don't know. Well, that's true though, but I think we have a population that predominantly believes in good moral standing values. And
You're
that's what I believe in. And I'm not saying other countries don't have that,
more
but
good moral standard values of what you believe in, what you were raised to believe. Other
right.
people, other countries might not think your moral standards are good compared to their moral standards because they had different views when they were being raised, be it
And
right or
sure,
wrong.
I can do that, and we can sit and argue each value or
Oh yeah,
standard,
all day
because but
long.
I think you just start off with the murder though. Killing somebody is good or bad. I mean, it's a good start. Taking a life is it good or bad? And I think when you have a society like ours, we have to give police and these other authority to take lives, but it's all through checks and balances. You don't get to just walk up because you're a cop and say, "Oh, he's a bad guy," and kill him. You know what I mean? So we still recognize that murder.
Sometimes I think we should be able to though.
Well, if that's the case, then we need a mutual, again, purge day, right? Where we can all just go and do what we want. Right. But you get what I'm saying,
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
The,
yeah,
the, the
yeah.
moral argument to me isn't that complicated. So if you are a country, if you are a person, if you are a government, if you are a collective people who think murdering children and raping women is okay, I don't care what your values are. That to me is immoral. Um, it's inhumane, and you're evil. It's just that simple. I can't think of a reason other than a child strapped with a suicide vest, or I mean, I don't understand a reason to rape a woman that is for the moral good of mankind.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
She's the last woman and she won't have kids. Like, whoa, hey, woman, you need to cooperate. Like, I don't get it. Like, I can't
Right. Yeah.
think of a scenario where that's humane. So you get what I'm saying? That's my whether you side with Palestine, Israel, Hamas, that to me is the core problem in all of this. And like I said, back to the subject at hand, dude, I didn't care Israel, Hamas, I didn't care either or. It never really bothered my life, but all of a sudden now people take a stand on it.
And it still doesn't bother your life. Who cares who they stand
Right,
for?
but well, it does because of people in this country that are taking a stand on this, picking a side like it's some big football game.
So what's that? What's picking a side have to do with your life?
We'll see in other headlines.
Okay, let's go.
Maybe not this episode, but I'm sure you'll see.
Okay.
Michael Cohen breaks down Trump will send us to Guantanamo Bay if reelected.
Well, if you're a terrorist, that's where you belong, right?
I am so glad you
Speaking of
just hit the
terrorists.
obvious point, right? I'm so glad you hit the obvious point. What he's trying to say is trying to play like he's a victim of Trump's fascist ruling. But right when you look at this, what is the Biden administration doing right now? Woo.
Boop,
The
boop.
Biden administration is doing exactly this.
No, they're not sending anybody to
Well, not to
anybody to.
Guantanamo Bay, but right,
Yeah.
they're going after Trump legally, all of his lawyers, all
Yeah.
they're going after their political enemies, and they're sitting here saying, "Oh, you better not elect Trump because he'll do that stuff that we're doing right now." Like it's just so freaking annoying. And I really want to know, are these people ignorant or are they evil? And to me, that is a difference between,
Can you be both?
I don't think so, dude.
No.
Well, yeah, I guess you could. I guess you
I think
could.
if you're, I don't know, if you're ignorant, do you know that you're ignorant? Or are you just
No, ignorance is a lack of knowledge. That's the
right? Yeah,
difference to
yeah,
me. I think
yeah.
ignorance means that, I don't know why I do this stuff. I'm just doing it. But, evil means I
You
know
know
what
you're
I'm
doing
doing
it.
is
Yeah,
wrong
yeah,
and I'm still
yeah.
doing it.
That makes sense that way.
And that's what I'm saying. You consider it like intent, right? Call it intent. Intent divides the two. And I just don't know if these people are just ignorantly trying to survive with a different worldview or if they're intentionally trying to, what is going on?
I keep hearing it too.
It's a Snapchat thing. I don't even Snapchat that often. It's just for my kids. Why is it going? But you understand what I'm saying? I don't know, and that's the big question I think with all these. Whenever I look at people and these things, I say, okay, are these people ignorant? I heard a guy say something that liberals aren't aren't stupid or something. They just know so many things that are not true. You know what I mean? So when you think about it, if you believe something that's not true, you're kind of ignorant, right? But to you, you're not. You think,
Yeah,
hey, I know this to be true. I know Hamas is not, a terrorist organization. You know, but you still can be ignorant. You can still be wrong, but you don't believe you are. Now, if you were to say, I know this is a terrorist organization, but I want my team to win, so I'm going to pretend it's not and call you a racist,
and
that's evil.
yeah, but we can't be wrong because we're average veterans. We've been around the
No,
world and we
we're
know
not wrong.
everything.
Of
No,
course,
no,
here
no.
comes
Yeah,
that cat again. Look at it. Did somebody call his name? Like what? Why do cats? These cats love the attention, but then when they're annoyed, they don't want you anywhere near them. All right.
I'm
Anyways,
gonna send this to the Guantanamo
yeah,
Bay.
let's do that. So China seeks more clinics to cope with surge of respiratory illness in children.
That's what's coming next.
Yep. But it didn't come from China. Just know that, right?
They're
Just
just
know that the story starts in China, but it didn't come from China.
so respiratory issues is next, huh? All right.
Well, again, you go back to the media, right? So you know how deceptive they are, which we'll see in another headline here. In fact, it's going to be our last headline. But the media is just so deceptive. Like these respiratory illnesses we're taking in a hospital that's already filled with billions of people. You know what I mean? So nobody, right now, I don't know where you're at, but it's getting really cold. I'm assuming it's cold where you're at.
Yeah,
And what happens when the temperatures start to change rapidly like that?
people get sick.
Oh, what a concept. So we have an uptick in sickness as it is,
If they would have wore a mask, they wouldn't have got sick.
right? Exactly. Probably a warm, woolly mask, maybe. I don't know.
They need to
But
get the temperature drop vaccine.
exactly. The climate change vaccine. Climate's changing. We need a vaccine for that. But you get what I'm saying. So inherently, there could be an uptick in cases, period, at all. So we're getting our news from China in a crowded city about an uprising. You know what I mean? Like, and it could be true. Like I said, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna be stupid and pretend it's all made up. But at the end of the day, these are the challenges we got. That's why the media sucks. People suck, right? Except average veterans.
That's right.
Woo-hoo, there's a whole train running today. Well, here's like the bad media and also the Karens and who's the other one? Kens? What do they call?
I don't know.
Keith or Kevin? Kevin.
Is that
I
what it
think
is,
they're called
Kevin?
Kevins and Karens. Well, here's where this stuff gets out of hand again. Young Kansas City Chiefs fan accused of wearing blackface, but half of his face was painted red. Did you see this? I'm sure you did, right?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see it?
No. But
Oh,
what if his face was painted red and yellow? Would he be accused of being an Indian then?
no,
And
no,
that
no. And
oh,
here's the problem. If you didn't see the picture, I was gonna get it, try to share it, but it'd be too much trouble now, and probably most of the internet saw it. I don't know where you've been, but he's also wearing the big headdress. You know what I
The,
mean? So that
the,
was the first thing people
the
cued him.
Chiefs headdress,
Yeah,
because
the
Kansas
Kansas City
City's mascot
Chiefs
is Chiefs. Yeah,
headdress. Right, right. So
they got to
yeah, but
change
you
their name.
can't do that today
That's
because
racist.
all
That's a
these
racist.
snowflakes, right?
That's a racist name, Chiefs. You
Yeah,
can't be a chief.
all these snowflakes. But they can like put on camouflage and go out there and not be in the military, right? You know, they can do all that stuff, right? They can wear clothes created by European people and drive in cars created by Germans, and they can do all that. But you can't wear a Chiefs headdress, especially as a 5-year-old kid,
The next
right?
thing, the Chiefs are going to start wearing warrant officer rank. I'm a chief.
Right, exactly. That's it. They're going to be the Kansas City Chief
Chiefs.
3. But you know what I'm saying? Like this stuff is getting out of hand, and it, you know,
So what do you have? Half face black,
he
half
had
face.
half. Yeah, they took a profile picture of him with his headdress and his black side,
Mm,
and then
not
if
the
he
other side.
turned when they got a front shot, the other side's all red. So they obviously tried to
So
blackface. See,
he's only
but this
half racist.
yeah, right. Only his right side's racist. But see, this is the problem, and this is I don't only blame media. Like think about it. Like right now, you know, maybe we're even making up stories. I don't know. You know, whatever. But the point is that that's what these people are. We have become, thanks to the internet, such a narcissistic society that the people who responded and reacted to this video, they just need content. They need clicks. They need outrage. They need to be important. They need to be famous. Like we're not really doing this to be famous. We need. Well, I'm not. I need an outlet. You know what I mean? And this is a good outlet for me. And even if it's going to get me in trouble or whatever, I don't care. That's just
Or
another
get you all
outlet.
fired up and turned red.
Right. Look, I'm red faced. Oh, I'm Indian. So maybe I should just paint it black so you can't see it. But again, you know, I mean, whoever responded to that blackface thing, they even showed in this article the Steelers one, half black, half yellow, with the Steelers thing on it. Like, I mean, come on, people. Like, you got to be, well, you got to be a certain level of stupid for this. And again, goes back to it. The one
If,
guy
if
that
if
was
that's what gets you worked up and mad in life, you got more issues in your life than someone painting their face at a football game.
right, but that's my point. It goes back to my ignorant or evil, right?
Your
That's the
life must
litmus
be
test.
miserable if that's what you
So
look at.
are these guys ignorant that they're so stupid that they can't even wait long enough to see the other side of the picture? You know what I mean? Like, or do they know this and they're just trying to spark outrage so they could be an internet
Well,
sensation for a minute?
everybody wants to be first to everything, so they didn't get the whole story to begin with. That's the problem.
But why do they want to be first?
Because they want to have the popularity.
Because we, as a society, reward that, even
See,
if they're
and
wrong.
that's why I don't know anything about this, because I don't want to be first to read it.
Well, good for you. Good for you. But I'm glad because I think this is going to be another Covington thing.
What are you chomping on? It must
Panettone. You ever
it
had it?
must be good. No, I haven't even heard of it.
You never heard of panettone?
No.
It's like a fruitcake, but it's not.
Oh, it's no wonder I never heard of it, because fruitcake's disgusting too.
Yeah, I don't like fruitcake. Yeah, that's disgusting. But this is different. It's a softer bread. But anyway, so that's the point. The point is people are doing this stuff for recognition, for clicks, for and I good. I get it. Brand yourself, go out there and get it. But at the end of the day, this dude, I only saw one guy. Well, there were a couple of them. Apparently, a girl that was famous who opened her mouth real fast on TikTok, and I guess she pulled the video down, whatever.
Eh,
And I'm not. Look, they're trying to give her a pass.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
No, I think that's wrong.
You jumped real quick to make
Yeah, I think it's wrong that these
accusations.
people
Yeah.
jumped the gun, didn't get the facts, and then wanted the clickbait, and then they pull it down because oops, I jumped the gun, I'm wrong. No, you know what happens in a race when you false start? That's a penalty right there. You do it again, guess what they do? They kick you out. You don't
Get
get
off
to
of
false
TikTok.
start every time just to see if you can get the edge every
Yeah.
time they go to shoot the gun.
Get off
No, you
TikTok.
don't get to do that. So this lady doesn't get a free pass. I'll give her the respect of apologizing or whatever she did to pull it down and say, yeah, I jumped the gun. I'll give her that respect. She's
Yeah.
human. We all
Admit,
can do that.
yeah, admit to your mistake and you're fine.
Right. But if you keep
Oh,
doing
click.
this,
Can't see it now.
yeah, if you keep doing this, no, there's no excuse for that. Why are we so quick to jump and judge people and we don't even know the whole story? You ever remember those commercials? Want to get away? Was it one of those airline commercials where like I remember they had like the guy in the in the liquor store, whatever, bent over with his long blonde hair, and the guy was like attracted to him. And then he stood up, and it was a dude.
Dude,
He's like, "Oh, want to get away?" It was like Southwest or something airlines.
I remember
But
those.
those were
Yeah,
so funny. But that's exactly what I think illustrates all of this stuff. People react, and they
too
don't
quick.
just react;
Yeah.
they blow it all out of proportion before they even figure out what's going on. So, anyways, let's blow this show out of proportion.
Boom.
Thanks again for joining me again, Nate. Always appreciate you here. Thanks for letting me vent and keeping me calm. Thanks for tuning in, all you guys out there. Johnny, Christine, we appreciate you. Still send a lot of love. They did. I don't know if you read it, but they said Happy Thanksgiving and all that. So we appreciate you. Stay safe. It's getting cold. Economy sucks. Stay. Well, I don't know where they're at. I mean, matter of fact, I don't even know if we know where we're at.
Their economy might be great where they are.
Their economy might be great and their weather might be amazing. And
It
well, let
could
me know
be.
where you're at, because we might move there. So yeah, just until then, Godspeed.
And pull the pin already. Boom.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.